What is going on, everybody? I do want to welcome you into the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant classic. Tonight on TNA, we had a lot of cool things. We had the DCC they revealed last week, but we had some developments on that. We got Amnesia Matt. That's what I'm going with. I don't know what to call this man anymore. Amnesia Matt, I guess, is what I'm going with. We got Jesse Goddard and Aaron Rex battling it out again. And we also got a number one contenders match for the to set up a new number one contender for the World Championship. So that was pretty cool. Be sure I'm gonna give you a chance right now to follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. I want you to do that. I want you to go ahead. I forgot to present this to everyone, by the way. But I want you guys to do that. Follow us on the Twitters and stuff like that, and also subscribe. I want you to do that right now while the intro plays, because it's got to play. Okay? It's got to play. It's been a while since we heard it. Thinking about making a new one. Enjoy it, because it may be gone soon, or it may be on the channel soon, and then never mind. But it may be gone and on the channel at the same, and the stuff. Anyway, enjoy the intro. We'll be right back.
I already know it. I know we about to shine because we already glowing. Welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an Instant Classic. And yours. I really want to punch Jim Cornette in the face repeatedly until he bleeds because he's stupid. We'll see you on the Liberty Dippity. Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, guys, we're back here for a TNA Impact review. I don't know. The more I know I said that we might get a new intro, but every time I watch the intro, I always enjoy it so much. I don't know, Casey, if you enjoy it. I think it's fat, like he's fat. That gets me every time. I always enjoy that intro. I don't know what it is about that intro, but I always like it.
I have an idea. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've had this idea for a couple of days, and this actually gives me a chance to share it with you. Since we have that little part where I have my little rant on Jim Cornette because he's stupid and stupid face and stupid. I think I have a song for our intro. It's for our intro. Let me.
Maybe we just need a new song.
Oh, hold on. See, just that part. Just that part. It's going to be really short.
All right, guys. Hey, it let me know that I started a live stream. Well, somebody had retweeted or liked it, and so shout out to that guy. But it was funny, but because it wasn't in like some other language that I can't understand. What were you saying?
Craig Lane, whoever you are, guy. Thanks, buddy.
You should go ahead and retweet it as well. It's not watching at this particular second, but you should retweet as well, so the people you like that like you, that they know you like the video, and then you can, it's the stuff, all that stuff. But anyway, let's jump into the review. We started out with like a cryptic DCC arrival type video. And it was basically like they talked a little bit, and they talked about how they were just they were just getting started. It kind of showed the reveal from last week, and also showed the attack on Eddie Edwards last week. I like this. I like the DCC. I like the way they're going with the DCC. I'll just go ahead and talk about my points on the DCC since we're going to talk about them here in a second. But I have some points on the DCC that I was thinking about tonight. I really like their entrance. They finally got an entrance later in the main event. And I really like that. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that they keep the masks on. Like, although we know who they are, I like the mystique of the mask. It's simple, but it's effective, and I like it. And plus, it leaves room to add more members, like we said last week. It leaves room to add more members with the masks, so you can kind of have somebody else, they can all come out in the mask, and then there could be four of them, or there can be five. You know what I mean? And they can do it that way if they want to add people in or like that, and see how that goes. So I think that's why they keep the mask on, even though we know who they are. I really like Eddie Kingston. I saw his character, and I think it was it PWG? I think it was Chikara. I saw his character in Chikara, and I thought like the DCC really fits him. It feels like really natural. But basically Eddie Edwards had called the DCC out, and they came out. They got a nice entrance and everything. Um, and basically they beat down Eddie Edwards. Jeff Hardy came to save the day, and later on we have a match set up. But any thoughts on the opening segment or the video package that we got from the DCC tonight, or the DCC in general? I guess since I talked about them in general.
I do like the DCC. I like, I feel like they haven't really officially said that James Storm is the leader, but you kind of get the idea. And I think he does that role pretty well, as kind of that heel leader. But the one thing I like and I don't like is I do like their entrance theme. I do like their music. I just, for some reason, to me, it just doesn't fit the character or the gimmick quite as well as it could or should. Just something about it's just a little bit off to me when I first heard it. Maybe it'll be something that I'll kind of, get used to over a little bit of time. But it just, for some reason, it just didn't feel like it meshed well for me. Because they're supposed to be like a cryptic kind of faction, even though, like DJ said, we know who they are now. But the music just, to me, didn't fit quite right, which is not a big issue, but, at the same time, and we've done videos on this in the past, music, your entrance music can kind of, either make or break your character in a way too. But that's really the only thing that I kind of didn't like, was just it didn't feel right to me. But yeah, that's pretty much.
Alrighty.
I am done. You may move on.
I'm glad, but it's about time you finished. You talked a little too much on my show. Anyway,
and you know what? Also,
but next we had Eddie Edwards and Jeff Hardy asking for a match with the DCC. So the Aaron Rex, not Aaron Rex. What? Did I looked at Aaron Rex's name underneath. We had another Aiden O'Shea kind of type of backstage segment, which is pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Again, I always like Aiden O'Shea backstage. I wonder, kind of like we said before, I wonder how long that's gonna last, considering Billy's not there anymore. But they're doing a good job of not showing Billy, so I don't know if this was kind of like during those times where they were still trying to keep Billy as like the authority figure, but without showing him, with all the issues that were going on. But I like this. I always like Aiden O'Shea in the backstage. I think he's a pretty funny guy. But any thoughts on Eddie Edwards and Jeff Hardy asking for a match with the DCC that they would get?
I liked it. I just thought it was weird that he let them in that easily. Usually he's like, "Whoa, hold up, toots," or something. He didn't really put up a fight. And I mean, I get, he did say he saw what happened and blah, blah, blah. But I still thought he should have, had them wait out, and, he went in to talk to the boss and then came out and let him in. Something like that. Just to kind of keep that, sort of enforcer kind of role going. But yeah, I like that they set up the 3-on-2 handicap match.
All right. Next we had Maria backstage questioning Allie's loyalty. Obviously, she saw the segment with her trying to, basically maybe thinking about teaming up with Brandy. I like this. I like that they're keeping the storyline going. They're keeping Allie, thinking about potentially turning. They're still keeping the Braxton Sutter thing going too. With I don't know what they're going to turn that into, but I like that they're keeping it going. The consistency is good for me. And then we had Gail Kim vacating the Knockouts Championship. I didn't realize she was injured. I guess she's actually injured. I would assume. I would assume they wouldn't like kayfabe injury this, because I know last week she had said something about, or not. She didn't say it exactly, but we knew something was up from the segment last week. But I'm kind of wondering, who's going to kind of step into that mold. You could assume Jade, but like it's kind of one of those weird things where now they're building Rosemary too, so you never know kind of who's going to get the title, because next week I think is when they're going to have that match, and we'll talk about the setup to that as well here in a second. But Casey, thoughts on the Maria and Ali backstage segment and Gail Kim vacating the Knockouts Championship?
This man doing multiple segments at the same time again.
They were short segments, and you're probably gonna be like, yeah, Maria was back there and Ali was back there, and then you're gonna be like, okay, Gail Kim, she vacated the title and stuff, and then yeah, I mean that's like probably what's gonna happen. I can combine those two.
Bro, you missing the biggest, the most important detail of any of it. Did you not see Laurel Van Dam? I mean, she was there too. I mean, she didn't have the dress on. I missed the dress. They need to bring that back. Bring back the dress. But yeah, this was the backstage segment, and then Gail Kim, she vacated the title. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about her vacating the title. I don't know. I mean, apparently she is actually injured. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but they could have done something where she lost the title or something. I don't know. I don't. Part of me just doesn't like the vacated title kind of a thing. I mean, at the same time, you don't want her to lose it. Just, I don't know. It's kind of I feel like it's a lose-lose situation, unfortunately, because, this probably means that she is going to retire, which I think we kind of guessed anyway. But I'm curious as to who is going to kind of be the next Knockouts champion, because it does kind of look like they're going towards either Jade or Rosemary, which I kind of like. I think Jade was a good champion. She had a short run, but I liked it. And I think they could do a lot of interesting things with Rosemary if she wanted to.
That is true. I kind of wish they could have had Rosemary be the champion when the Decay had the tag titles, because that would have been pretty cool to see how they meshed with that. Next, we had Sienna and Laurel Van Ness versus Brandy Rhodes and a partner of her choosing, which was the returning Madison Rayne. For some reason, I thought it was going to be Angelina Love, just because we had saw Madison Rayne on commentary and we didn't know what she was doing or anything. It was going to be Angelina Love. I couldn't remember how many titles she had won, though, so that was kind of confusing to me. But I was excited to see Madison Rayne back. I think she looked pretty good in this match when she when she had her first little spurt, because after that, Sienna just destroyed her pretty much. But I thought this was a good match. I even think Brandy looked good in this match. I think the only thing about Brandy is she still is kind of awkward, with as far as like fluidity. But that comes with time. Obviously, she hasn't been wrestling enough. Obviously, Rabbit wouldn't be happy. With the lack of fluidity. She's a pro wrestler, darn it. But
she be botching.
But still,
she be botching.
But still, I think she looks good for what she's been doing. She's still trying to improve, and I can't be mad at the fact that they're trying to build depth in the Knockouts division. And I think they're doing a good job with having Cody being on kind of like a part-time contract, which no one's batting an eye at, by the way. But Cody being on a part-time contract, and Brandy just, kind of he's hurt. I think they're doing a good job of kind of, not making it seem like Cody's on a part-time contract. Like unless you just have read up about it or found out about it, like you wouldn't necessarily know. And I like how they're doing that. Um, any thoughts on the well, I guess I should talk about the actual match. Sienna was dominant as she always is. I like Laurel as well. I like what she did in this match. I thought it was, it's just nice. It's nice to see Laurel getting some good time in the ring. I just want to see more of her, just because I think that'll she'll continue to improve. We'll continue to see more of her, and the more we'll like her. That's how it works, right? Um, but Brandy and Madison Rain got the win. And this is a good match. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Casey, thoughts on the tag team matchup that we almost said tag team title match? I wish we had the Knockouts tag team titles back.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more of Laurel Van Ness or Laurel Van Dam. Also, I want to see her wrestle too. Want to make that clear that I don't just want to see her, unless she in a dress, and then that's all that. Anyway, I actually did enjoy this match. I felt like Brandy, worked well together. It wasn't as one-sided as I thought it was going to be. I thought, they were just going to get destroyed. The usual heels destroy the faces kind of a thing. I did think that Madison Rain and Brandy looked really good, especially kind of like you said, Brandy still is, kind of green and, she's still new in there, but she's seems like she's learning well. She's coming along well, which is definitely a good thing. She still does look a little bit awkward at some points, and she just seems too happy, like that awkward happy, oh, I'm so excited to be here happy, almost like you can't take her seriously. But I do like her. And as for Cody not being there, like I said last week, I like that just because it does give her, it makes her kind of have to, shine on her own. She doesn't have him there to kind of lean on, which is a good thing. It's she doesn't need that crutch to kind of, help her. But also, people aren't batting an eye at that, but I'm not either, just because, at least he's still wrestling. He is wrestling in other indie promotions. It's not like he's just on a part-time contract at TNA and not doing anything, outside of TNA. He is
Good point.
wrestling it for other promotions. So I don't think you really can get mad at him for that. I mean, I get mad at guys like Lesnar when, they're not doing anything, or even to the point other, part-timers that come in for one match here or there and then don't really do anything. I mean, if Lesnar is, getting ready for a fight, that's kind of different. I let that slide a little bit, just because, for an MMA fight, you do want to train for a while. But there has been times when he just wasn't there, you know what I mean? And I don't like that. But with guys like Cody, I don't have a problem with it, because, at least, I can see him on other indie promotions, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. That was a good point. Let's move on to Cameron, North Carolina. And we see Matt Hardy deleting emails, which was funny and ironic. I enjoyed it. It reminded me of that time when I freaking saw, I don't know if it was a pager. I can't remember what it was that I saw in freaking Goodwill, but I picked it up and I saw a delete button. And I was just like, delete. It reminded me of when I freaking did that. And then he was wondering about Jeff. Still wondering. Why does Jeff do the things he does? He didn't come to his ice cream social. Come on, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. He's he was slaving over those custards. I really enjoyed this first segment though. I thought it was hilarious. Um, Matt's just doing his thing at this point. I still don't understand how Max was so freaking calm. Just anything, like it doesn't matter. He's just so freaking calm, and I like it. Any thoughts on the first Matt Hardy segment that we had? First of two.
I am kind of upset that I did miss Matt's ice cream social. I guess he accidentally deleted my invitation before he sent it. It's cool. I get it. You know, he likes to delete things. I get it. Also, I don't know if you caught it, but the Young Bucks newsletter, I thought that was
yeah.
Like it almost makes me wonder if they're trying to bring back the Young Bucks or if he just does it just because he can, because he has mentioned them a lot, which is kind of funny. But I feel like no matter what they do, what Matt does with his character now, I just end up loving it more and more. So I'm definitely excited to see where they're going with this. And then it was a little bit later, but the part when it looks like he's gonna have a premonition, and then he just sneezes.
Yeah. That was hilarious. I was like, this man. Oh goodness. Let's just talk about that now. Yeah, it was just so funny. Rebby Hardy comes back, and she's trying to show him some videos to jog his memory and everything. He was like, I drove a lawnmower through his design. He was like, I lit the Hardy symbol up. I tried to kill my brother. Like, it was just so funny. And then the sneeze thing. Oh God, that did get me. I was like this. Oh, but anyway, any thoughts on the second segment that we had? Besides, why didn't we have more?
Yeah, I loved the sneeze. That was so great. I was kind of upset that we didn't get more this week. We just had the two segments. Usually we get 3 or 4 segments. So maybe they're just building up for something else. And we didn't get Matt and Jeff in this at all. That I kind of thought that was weird. Jeff was specifically just in the match with Eddie Edwards. He didn't have anything to do with the Matt Hardy thing this week.
Yeah, he was already in the zone of impact. It's a thing.
I am done.
Anyway, we have the number 1 contenders match. It was Mike Bennett versus Lashley versus EC3 versus Trevor Lee. I like this match similar to how I like the X Division match that they had last week, because there was so many different styles in this match. Freaking Trevor Lee looked amazing in this match. One of the more underrated talents in TNA. I was actually expecting him to win. I don't know what it was. There was something about it. I thought they were gonna try to pull the shock factor and have Trevor Lee win. And he had some chances, which I liked. I really didn't want to see Lashley win just because he just won the title. He was just the champion, and he just faced Eddie Edwards, so I didn't really necessarily want to see that again. And I wasn't too sure about Mike Bennett. I really wanted Trevor Lee to win. Really, realistically, I really wanted Trevor Lee to win. But EC3 comes in and wins with I guess his chokehold that he's using. This is gonna be the submission he uses for 3 months, and promotes it like all the crap, and then he's gonna stop using it, like the leg lock, because the leg lock was my thing. I don't know why he stopped using that. That was my favorite thing ever. but EC3 does get the win with the chokehold and then storms back to the freaking the back. I don't know what it's just awkward. I don't know if you catch that from EC3. Like I get it, like the not celebration thing. Like I'm not gonna celebrate till I win the title type thing. Like I get it, like all business and whatever. But I don't know. It's just weird that he doesn't do anything. He just like just hops out the ring, storms to the back. All right, guys, see you. I just think it's weird. But EC3 does get the win. Pretty exciting. Get a little fact of life with EC3 here in a second. But any thoughts on the Fatal 4-Way number one contenders match?
Yeah. First of all, did Maria even go to the backstage area after the tag team match? Like, we had the tag team match, commercial, Matt Hardy thing, and then she's still out there, and I'm like, but what, bruh? But I don't know about you, but I absolutely loved Trevor Lee and Mike Bennett in this match. Just them working together and playing off of each other,
Oh yeah.
and talking trash to each other was hilarious. I am glad that Lashley didn't win just because LOL Lashley wins. But he, like kind of like you said, he was just a champion, and as much as Rabbit says it, he's the beast, the monster, the animal.
Monster, the animal.
It does get boring when he just wins the championship over and over and over again. Like, I want other people to actually have the title to make it legitimate. Like, if you have the same person win the title all the time or have the title all the time, it turns into John Cena, and then we start to hate that person. But I kind of wanted either Lee or Bennett to win it, as usual. I like somebody new and refreshing winning the title. But
especially considering we know they're gonna lose. like especially considering more than likely they're gonna lose. Like I was surprised that they didn't do that. And plus, it would have been cool to see like two, especially with Trevor Lee, like two X Division style guys going at it for the World Championship.
Yeah. But I don't have a problem with EC3 winning it. Like I said, I would rather have had Bennett or Trevor Lee win it, but with they made it better with the Facts of Life segment coming up, so I wasn't as upset about it. But definitely a good match though.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I was just excited to see. I'm glad to see Trevor Lee. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say he's getting a push, but at least he's getting like a nice little spotlight on him. Because Trevor Lee's really good. I really like Trevor Lee. But next we had the Fact of Life segment. Eli Drake called out EC3, and he offered him basically the same offer that EC3 had offered him the week prior. Title shot versus I can't get any title shots for like the rest of my life. But this time it was just a year. Like I won't challenge for the title for, I think, was it a year? I think it was. I think is what he had said. And obviously EC3 declined that. But then EC3 came back and he said, I will, I'll accept this challenge, but you have to give me something that's even more important to you than a title shot, and that's your voice. That's your moneymaker, the gift of the gab, all of that stuff. And so we got a voice versus title shot match. And I like that they put the stipulation that Eli Drake wouldn't be able to talk for the rest of the year, instead of saying like a stipulation like Eli Drake won't be able to talk for the rest of his life, or Eli Drake won't be able to talk for even 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the way they did it for like the rest of the year, albeit it's only like a month and a half, still like it feels more realistic to me, like that Eli Drake could possibly lose, or it feels more realistic that it could go either way to me, than saying like, oh, you're gonna lose your voice for the rest of your life and forever. I like the way they set this up, but I'm excited. I want to see how I want to see this match. This is the first time we've seen this match. Am I wrong?
I think so.
I think it is. So they've been building this for a while, and it's been a good build. I like how EC3 and Eli Drake play off of each other, especially on the mic. Be an interesting match. I guess it'll be next week. But any thoughts on the fact of life segment for this week? I also love the freaking like the piped in like
Yeah,
sound effects. Those make it like those are hilarious, and it like fits Eli Drake. I feel like.
yeah. I Are you sure that he said for the rest of the year? I thought he said for a year.
No, I think he said for the rest of 2016.
I'm pretty sure he said for a year. But I don't know. Either way, I feel like it makes it feel like Eli Drake is gonna win, just because without his talking, it's I don't think we would like him as much. I mean,
Yeah.
he is definitely a good wrestler, and in the ring, but without the promos and without the facts of life set,
Dummy.
I don't. Even for a couple months, it's kind of going to be like, I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel about it.
I would be interested to see how they would play it off. Like,
Yeah, I mean, unless they play it off
would he
well.
like go on the fact of life and just have like the piped in stuff and not say anything? Like,
Yeah, or when he goes to say something, EC3 shows up and goes or something like that. If they play it off well, they could do it. But if it's just a random, silent Eli Drake, it's just going to be weird. Like, I don't know, but I kind of want to see him win it. I don't necessarily think EC3 needs a super long run. And I would like to see at least see what Eli Drake can do with the title.
alrighty. Well, let's jump into the Jade Rosemary segment, where Jade went after Rosemary. It was basically like in like a press box or in like a like high in like the rafters or something like that. And I like the kind of different camera angles and effects and stuff that they did to kind of it kind of took you into the mind of Rosemary a little bit, or kind of in the mind of Jade a little bit, and I like that. Um, but basically, what happens here is Rosemary tries to play some mind games, and they set up a match between Jade. She was the one that kind of pushed for the match to happen, and Rosemary pushed for it to be a six-sided steel match. I guess she said steel cage, but same difference. I'm excited though. I'm excited for this match. I think they could put on a good steel cage match. I'm sure the WWE fans are probably like, oh, they're copying the Hell in a Cell. They're copying it. It's just gonna be a good match. Like, quit talking about how people copy other stuff, people's stuff, and just enjoy the match. Just watch the doggone match and enjoy the match. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Okay. Anyway, I'm excited though. I want to see how it's gonna play out. I hope it should be a good match. And plus, with Rosemary, the way her character's set up, I feel like it would be a cool match to watch with her. And Jay is kind of a different breed too, a little bit. But Casey, any thoughts on the steel cage match setup between Rosemary and Jade for the Knockouts title? I guess it's next week. I don't know. They didn't necessarily say.
Um, I liked it. It felt a little bit weird to me, especially the beginning with Crazy Steve and Abyss just kind of showing up there. That seemed weird to me. And then why was Jade whispering, looking for Rosemary like she was afraid? To me, that doesn't seem like Jade. Like, I don't think she would be afraid of Rosemary. She just doesn't seem like that to me. Cautious, yes, but I don't think the whispering just made it like Rosemary, Rosemary. Like, why are you whispering? Just yell. Just don't be afraid. And then I don't know. It was funny to me, but when she finally finds Rosemary, she comes up in this fighting stance. And she looked like a Mortal Kombat character. I'm like, what are you doing? But, I'm definitely excited. I think they could definitely put on a good six sides of steel match. They don't have to. They don't have to much to outdo, because I think the only other 6 Sides of Steel knockouts match was the infamous one with who was it? Was it Awesome? No,
Havoc and Awesome Kong.
Yeah. They just have to outdo that, which shouldn't be hard.
Alrighty, let's jump into Basil Baraka versus Mahabali Shera. I don't know why I was confused by this match. I think because Basil Baraka came out by himself. It was just weird. But I like Mahabali Shera. I don't know what it is about Mahabali Shera, but I always like Mahabali Shera. I just I enjoy Mahabali Shera. I don't know what it is about him, but I like him a lot. I thought he looked pretty good in this match. He still at times looks awkward, but I think that just comes with time and wrestling more. I don't know if he gets a chance to really wrestle enough to really get fluid in the ring. But I mean, I like the power game. I enjoy it. I still do the dance when he comes out, even though he doesn't do it anymore. I still do that. I think Mahabali Shera is just more credible as a serious wrestler than he is as like the dancing type guy. Because it wasn't like dancing to the point of like Brodus Clay or anything, which is ironic with the Tyrus situation. But it was one of those scenarios where it kind of took away some of his credibility. I felt like, but Mahabali Shera ends up winning with the camel clutch. Then he gets attacked by Baron Dax, because that's what I do. I love when he says that. So freaking funny. He comes out. Baron Dax comes out and attacks Mahabali Shera, and then Al Snow comes out, and he's looking to applaud the tribunal, but they're not having it. Then Al Snow comes in and helps out helps out Mahabali Shera. Wait, did I say Mahabali Shera helps out Mahabali? Wait, what? Anyway, Al Snow helps out Mahabali Shera, and then leaves the tribunal running away, because that's what they do. Anyway, any thoughts on Mahabali Shera helping out Mahabali Shera?
I like that he helped himself out. That's a good thing when you can help yourself, because nobody's going to do it for you. The only thing I thought it was a good match for what it was until the whole thing with Al Snow. The only thing, and this is just me as a wrestling fan that watches NXT as well, they said that the tribunal used Al Snow for a visa, and the first thing I thought was, okay, so who did they use for a visa when they were in WWE? Like, come on now. But I definitely like that they're kind of making the tribunal heels, and I guess teaming Al Snow with Mahabali Shera now, maybe as his manager. But honestly, though, I was thinking about this, and since the tribunal debuted in TNA, I kind of want the Ascension and the Vaudevillains to go to TNA, because they'll actually use them well, along with so many other teams that they don't use.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. But anyway, we got the main event. We got the DCC, which is James Storm, Eddie Kingston, and Bram going up against Jeff Hardy and Eddie Edwards. I like Jeff Hardy's new music. The only thing I don't understand is, number one, the words, because I don't understand any of them. But number two, I don't understand why it doesn't say I'll fade away and classify myself as obsolete. Why is that not in the song? Of all the words they could have put in that song, that's the main ones they should have put in there.
Because they changed Jeff Hardy so much that they don't even know what he is anymore.
like he said, I think it was either last week or the week before. Like, I don't understand is Jeff Hardy still broken, or does Matt have amnesia? So Jeff Hardy's like just not as broken as before. Like, that always confuses me. With Jeff Hardy, he just like kind of just does his own thing, as he's done his entire career. But he just kind of does his own thing. Like, he has the whole obsolete thing on his freaking Titantron, but he doesn't look broken anymore. which is weird. But anyway, I enjoyed this match. I thought this match was amazing. I liked it. I didn't realize it was no DQ until like the first weapon was brought out, and I was like, oh, okay. This is no DQ. But I really did enjoy this match though. I thought Eddie Kingston worked well. I liked him on the outside, fussing at the cameraman. I thought that was funny. Um, and I think James Storm and Bram, they look great. And freaking, oh my god, that suplex Eddie Kingston took on the freaking chairs. He's dead. He's dead. That was just cringeworthy. No, no. This is this man's first match in TNA. He got to do all this. No. Um, but yeah, I just really enjoyed this match. I'm glad the DCC got the win. I thought they were gonna be like ultimate underdog. Eddie Edwards and Jeff Hardy get the win. No, DCC needs to win this match, and I'm glad they did. Um, I'm just excited to see more of the DCC, how it's going to develop, if there's going to be more members, how is that going to go. But any thoughts on the DCC versus Eddie Edwards main event that we had?
You mean Eddie Edwards and Jeff Hardy? Why?
What did I say?
You said the DCC versus Eddie Edwards.
Yeah, stuff. I'm tired, man.
With Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy was there too. Yeah. I liked it. I liked that they actually gave the DCC ring gear so they don't have to wrestle in suits, because
that
had to have been hard. But a little bit of backstory for the fans that don't know. I watched TNA after DJ, and we were doing I think we were going to do the weekly review while DJ was finishing up watching TNA, and he was like, "Oh my God, he just killed him!" And I was like, "What happened? What happened?" He's like, "You'll see what happened with Eddie Kingston." So I'm watching this match, and I'm like, "Okay, that didn't look that bad. What was the spot that he was freaking out about?" And then I saw the spot, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
Okay. Okay. So you saw another spot. Okay.
Oh God. That. Oh. I was like, oh God. It was at that point that I realized WWE did not buy TNA because they would not have allowed that. Oh God. Why would you take that spot? Why would you do that? Oh God.
What was the spot you thought I was talking about?
I don't know. I was just waiting for something that I thought was. There was a couple other spots that looked kind of, that might hurt a little bit, but there was nothing that really made me think, oh my God, that was crazy, until I saw the spot that you reacted to, and I was like, oh God, yep, no, no. But yeah, and then he's just up after the match. I'm like, how are you standing? How are you doing this?
That's what I said. I was like, how is this man still living? How did he get back up?
Like, do you understand? You took not the chair flat, not even set up. You took like the edge of the chair. Ah, God.
Oh God, it was so bad. I was like, no, come on, why? It was so bad. Like, I was like, because I've never really seen anyone take that spot like that. Like, rarely ever do you see that. So I wasn't expecting it, and then they just, woof. I'm like, no, it's not cool. Oh, but yeah, I'm excited for the DCC though. I like Eddie Kingston a lot. Um, I think I like that he's a veteran, but he's new. He's new to me, at least. I haven't seen much of his indie stuff, but I like that he's kind of been around a little bit, so he's a little bit more experienced. But I'm excited. I want to see what they're gonna do with this DCC thing. There's a lot of building that I think they could still do. They could add some new members, and that would be pretty cool too.
I'm still waiting for Caleb
anyway.
to debut. Damn it!
Can you repeat that?
I'm still waiting for Caleb Connolly to debut.
I know, right? I said, can you repeat that? Because I say that freaking all the time at work. So I got confused for a second. I got confused. I think I thought I was at work. I need to go to sleep. Anyway, that was your TNA Impact Wrestling review. I think I'm at work at 1 o'clock in the morning. I enjoyed this week. Another solid show. I like that they're still building for next week with the women's championship match, even though they didn't say technically. Women's championship match, potentially Eli Drake versus EC3. That'll be fun. Man. But I'm excited. I want to see what's going to go down with this. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for us. Follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. Tomorrow we're gonna try to do a retro review, another retro Survivor series. I keep thinking Survivor Slam. I don't know what it is about this pay-per-view that I want to create myself, but it keeps coming up. Survivor Series, we got a retro review of that coming up tomorrow. We got Takeover tomorrow too. I forgot all about that. And Six Pack. Oh God. Good thing we did this tonight. Good thing I didn't try to push this back because that would have been fun. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I really do. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for us. Give us a share. If you liked it, share with your friends because they'll probably like it too. And they'll be like, "Why are you sharing me this wrestling stuff that I don't watch?" Just be like, "It's good. It's good. Just watch it. You ain't gotta watch the wrestling. You just gotta listen to these guys." And I think it'll work. I do. I think it'll work. But
probably not. But yeah,
you can try it. It doesn't hurt to try. Never does. But anyway, we do hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll see you guys later, sometime in the later on today/tomorrow area, depending on what time you thinking and stuff. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. This was your TNA Impact Wrestling review on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant classic.